Howdy you lot, how's it going? I'm a cowboy today. And that means let's have a look and see what we've got here. I have a button. This is a 28.28 button. It's used, obviously, but it should fit on this RB-28. So we'll put that on, we'll get that running. This, by the way, is my old vintage stock car, Dave stock car. It's for sale, it's from 1980s, it's currently for sale. Anybody who wants to buy it, let me know, and we'll better work something out. I've also got, for those of you interested, the old Savage build, which is sitting over here. Runs like a dream now, engine wise, needs to be run properly, but it starts and ticks over a lot better than it did. I've been playing around with it. Now the servos, I managed to do a bit of a swap. I had an old analog transmitter and I swapped it over and managed to get some glow plugs. They will come in very handy, and two brand new servos. I don't know what they are, something, but yeah, these are supposed to be fast servos apparently. So I've got two of these. I was going to get some well, I don't even know what make they are. I was going to get some different servos to put in that Savage, that SS, but Alistair talked me out of it. He said, no, don't get any different servos. I said, why? He said, don't, it'd be a waste of money. I was like, he said, I'll swap you some servos for that transmitter. So he swapped me some servos. These are supposed to be really good. I'll put them in that Savage build and we'll see how it goes. I've got two metal geared ones, one for the steering, one for the throttle, and he also threw in a 35 kilogram servo there. I don't know what this is, or you know what the crack is with it, but he threw that in as well. So pretty good, I think. Pretty happy with that. I'm not going to run out of glow plugs for a while. I've got a load of turbo plugs in one of them drawers somewhere. Now I've got some number 4s and some number 3s. They will last me, because I'm like, I've got a new glow plug somewhere, I can never find it. Well, I won't lose a glow plug now. So we'll put these servos in the Savage at some point. They'll go in there, and we'll see how good they really are. I mean, hopefully they should be. I mean, I trust Alistair. He's a good bloke. But that's enough of that now. Let's stick this button on this engine, and with any luck it'll fit and we'll be able to get it started up. Well, you know, it's not good. I don't know what is so different. This obviously isn't what it appears to be, is it? Because, you know, professionals, actual professionals, right, told me just buy a 28 button and it'll fit. Don't worry about trying to get a normal RB one because they'll be expensive and not able to get them. Well, this is a 28 button, right? It's the same as the one I've already got, right? It don't fit, does it? It just doesn't fit. I mean, look at all that room. Look at all that. I mean, I could get the calipers out and measure it, but we don't need to measure it because it's too small. This is the one that come with it. That slots in there. I know the holes aren't lined up, but ready? That slots in there like that, and there is absolutely no play. This is a lot smaller. So, you know, I don't know. Even the holes won't line up, will they? Will the holes line up? Oh, the holes will line up. The holes will line up. There's just a lot of play there. You know, it moves side to side. You know, I think what I'm going to do, just for fun, right? Just for fun, because it might hold, it might seal, and keep compression in there. It might do. I know some of you lot have actually commented on the other one of the videos and said that you've run a button that's too small, and it ran all right. So we'll try it. I mean, See, there's no harm in trying things with engines when it's like this, because the worst that can happen is it won't run. The second best thing that can happen is it'll run, but not very well. And then the best thing that can happen is it'll run, and it'll run really well. So let's see, we'll put the head back on. Shall I put a shim on it? Yeah, there's a shim here. Look. We'll put this shim on. Like that. And I'll put that on there. I'll put the head on, and then we'll see what happens. You never know, do you? Alright, just to keep you lot in the zone, put a new little gasket on the side, on the exhaust there. I'll put it together. You know, the compression definitely doesn't seem particularly high, you know. It definitely doesn't seem where it should be. Perhaps I could take that shim out. If it won't run like this, I'll take that shim out. Do you know what I think the crack is? I don't know if anybody can look those engine numbers up and, you know, off the top of your head, you know what this is, but I don't think this is a 28, you know, because it says 28 on the head, but I mean, heads can be changed. I mean, you know, you can change your head over, and I don't think this is a 28, you know, because this is the 28 head button doesn't fit. The 28 button doesn't fit on it, so it's too small. So it is definitely not a 28, I don't think. But anyway, regardless of that, yeah, that's where we are. So I'm going to take this exhaust off of this supposed Trackstar engine, and the fuel tank set up, and then I stick it on this one, and let's see what happens. I'm going to try not heat up first and see if it'll run, and we'll go from there. I'm hoping it does run, man. I'm hoping it runs. At least I know what the engine condition is like, and then I can sort out getting a 32 button to see if that'll fit, because it should do. I mean, it's going to be one or the other. I was just about to go and give it a test, and I realised this tank's got a leak in it, hasn't it? I can't find my other soldering iron, which has got the better plastic welding tip on it. This one's got an alright tip. This is a good iron, this one. It's got an alright tip on it, so I'm just letting it heat up, and going to plastic weld the crack back together, and then we should be good with that one, and then we can finally carry on. The engine's over here, sitting in the vise, ready to rock and roll, and yeah, man, I'm excited. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. That's that done. That's all welded together now. Hopefully we'll get a good, there we go. I think you can just about see the seam. Welded that all the way along there. The crack went up there and along there. That's all nicely welded back together, and I've tested it, put my thumb over that end, blown down this tube, and there is no leaks there whatsoever. It holds a complete pressure in there until you blow so hard. Well, you can't even push the lid up. I mean, I blew down that really hard, and not one little leak from there. So that's that tank fixed. Now we can go and put it on the engine. Don't forget, if you want a mystery box or any other Savage part, mainly Savage parts, but there's loads of other good bits and bobs on the Luke's RC shop website. Go and have a look on there and use the discount code HaggardRC as you see it on the screen, and you'll get 10% off everything on the website. So there's mystery boxes. There's now, you've got £5, £10, £15 and £20 mystery boxes, but there's now, I believe they're 30, what did he say they were? 35 and £45 mystery boxes as well, I think. So go and have a look at them, and well, let's be honest, you can't go wrong, can you? A mystery box, you're going to get all kinds of good things. Right. Fuel. So I'm not going to heat it up. I'm not going to bother heating it. We'll just stick some fuel in it. Stick the glow plug. Oh, I didn't check the glow plug, did I? To make sure the glow plug was working. I was going to check that, but I never did. Oh well. I'll give it a few pulls. If it won't start, I'll make sure the glow plug is working. I was going to check that, but I didn't. I didn't get round to it, or whatever the excuse may be. Right, so where's the pickup? The pickup's got enough fuel to it. These fuel tubing's a little bit too short, but that should be more than adequate. Throttle is over here. Right. Oh, give it a bit of a prime, wouldn't I? More than enough gone in there. I saw it and heard it. Here we go. She was close. Smells weird. Smells like washing up liquid. Smells like fairy. Smells like fairy washing up liquid, that does. Blimey. Doesn't sound good, does it? That glow plug's a little bit loose. Not only did I forget to check it, I forgot to tighten it. Now it's tight. Now we'll see what's going to happen. So we did go, and then we didn't. We lost prime. We lost our fuel supply, that's what happened. Well, that's strange. It did go 2 or 3 times, and now it stopped. There's already quite a bit of heat in that engine. Might have to use one of our new glow plugs already. We'll see, we'll see. Is she gonna glow? No, is the answer to that. No glowage. Let's check. Let's get... Oh no! There it is. Thought I'd lost me other favourite glow starter then. Oh, that doesn't glow either. So, let's go and get a new plug. Get the old copper washer out and get one of our new plugs, and we will see what the crack is here. But it went though, didn't it? It fired up, she did. New washer. Just make sure the glow starter's not gone flat. Brand new plug. Plenty of glow. So that glow plug worked for about a second and then gave up the ghost. So let's stick this one in. Oh, bit of a dodgy spanner this one, to be honest. Come on. What is the matter with you? That's it, there we go. Right. There's a little bit of a hiss coming out. I don't know if it's coming from around the head or if it's coming out from around that glow plug, to be honest. Make sure these are tight. These are screws on here, and not Allen bolts. There. Don't know if you lot can hear that. Little bit of a hiss, but we'll see if it's going to run or not. Keep it like that, otherwise it won't run. It'll go lean. Well, I must say, that runs remarkably well. Come on. I couldn't be happier with that. That is actually brilliant. I'm going to go and get something to tie the throttle closed so that I can actually have it ticking over without having to hold it. And I'll be back in a minute. Right. I nicked one of the wife's hairbands and put that there for a minute and put this round here, and then we'll tie it. It's a little bit long, so I couldn't do it properly. Does primer work? The primer works. Airband's a bit long, so I just had to do it like that. Right, let's see if we can get an actual good tick over on it and get it to run half decent, like on tick over. Right, let me go and get something to tie that up, otherwise this is going to vibrate everywhere. Right, a couple of cable ties sorted that out. And I know what I'm going to do now, just to keep you lot... Well, no. Fuck it, I won't, I'll leave it like that. I was going to fill it up just to keep you lot quiet about the half tank lean thing on these tanks, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it like that. In fact, let's do an experiment. I'll start it up like that. If it's still running lean, I'll fill it right to the brim and we'll see if it runs lean. If I remember, I'll probably forget. Right, here we go. tick over screw needs to be turned in a little bit. It's a bit too low. It's difficult. It's a funny angle, man. It doesn't help. I've got the tension of the hairband pushing on the slide. Well, there we go. Cool. Well happy with that. A little bit of plastic welding on that tank. That fixed that tank. This I know now. I've got another spare Savage tank. Don't know why I didn't think to plastic weld that all those years ago, to be honest with you. But there we go. We don't seem to have. I think there is a little bit of a leak around the glow plug, or it might be around the button. I don't know if you can see. The lighting's not ideal, but inside, down in there, it's wet. It's definitely, I think you can see it there now, the moistness in there. Yeah, around there somewhere. I think you can definitely see that now. But yeah, sweet. Well happy with that. I think what I'm going to do now then, now I know that it runs, and it does run really decent. I mean, it was ticking over for quite some time. Nice solid tick over. Doesn't appear to be any issues. No knocking. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Even, you know, I must admit I am actually surprised that it does hold, it keeps a seal, or at least mostly keeps a seal around that button that's too small. But I suppose, you know, the part where it actually meets the top of the block, or the sleeve, or whatever you want to say, that it actually meets, I'll call it the top of the block, I suppose, that actually goes down and it actually creates a seal. That's all you need. The fact that the diameter of the well, they call that a burn room, don't they? You see, the part that's actually too small, this is the original button for that engine that it came with, that fits in nicely. Now the part that's too small on the button that I've got fitted now is this part here. I do believe that they call that the burn room. I don't like that term, but that's what they call it, a burn room. Yeah, so it's just a bit too small, which is why, you know, this part here goes into the sleeve, and this is like the combustion chamber is what I prefer to call it, a combustion chamber. So yeah, as long as this part here where my thumbnail there is touching, as long as that goes down, and the shims, if you've got any shims, which I have got, I might experiment and take them off, but as long as that goes down and creates a seal around the top of the block there on the cylinder, that's really all that matters. So obviously that works well. And those of you that commented on the other videos and said that you've run a 0.28 button on a 32 engine and it worked fine, well done. I fully believe you now. I was a bit skeptical before because I didn't think it would keep a seal, but it does. So nice, we've all learnt something there. And really, that's how you learn, by trial and error and taking other people's advice. Well, that's a tip I can give you lot today. Do you ever think it's weird, like the generation these days, like the way the modern world is, everything's sort of gone out the window? I mean, I was brought up in a generation where you never shook a man's hand sitting down, you never told a man what to do with his money or how to spend his money, you always treat a woman with respect and that kind of stuff, you know. You know, you always return a car that if you borrow a car or something, you always give it back with a full tank of petrol or diesel, regardless of whether it came to you with a full tank of petrol or diesel. You fill it up when you give it back. You always buy a man a drink if you're at a bar. You don't offer. You don't offer. You don't wait. You just, as soon as they turn up, or a woman, as soon as you got your friend or family turns up at a bar, you buy them a drink. That's the sort of generation that I was brought up in, but the modern world seems to be a bit skew-whiff and everyone's out for themselves. Crazy, man. Right, let's pack this. Well, I'm going to leave it there, actually. I'm going to leave it there, and I might start it up again in a bit to see what it's like after it's cooled down and started up again. But I am eventually, I'll say eventually, it probably will be eventually, but I am going to take it all apart again, take the head off, because it was a bit burnt, wasn't it, around the bottom of the head, the top of the block. It was a bit burnt there. Not burnt, but it was dirty, you know, like burnt carbon, and that was all, pardon me, Greek ups, was all around there. So I'm going to take all that off, give it a good clean with a brake clean on a toothbrush, all inside there, look where it's all dirty all around in there, and all of that there. I'm not going to dismantle the engine, there's no need for that, because it runs okay. There's no knocks, no rattles, no nothing like that. It's fine. There's no need to dismantle it. I know some of you would do to clean it and put it back together, but that's not me. I don't take engines apart just to clean them. I take them apart if they're not running right. Yeah, and I didn't realise either until I just had a look. There's actually aluminium clutch shoes in there. So they're not plastic, they're aluminium. Very nice. And it's a vented bell. Everybody loves air around their bell. Very good, very good. Alright, nice one. Thanks for watching, you lot. I'll catch you on the next one. Remember, treat everyone how you want to be treated, respect everyone, and just love life. And you'll be happy. Catch you later on. And if you find that perfect woman, or if you are a woman, you find that perfect man, marry them and give them your life, because that's the best thing you can ever do. Catch you later on. All the best.